Hi everyone, this is Balash from RacingBrick. We continue the June 2026 Speed Champions reviews with this set, the 77260 Fast and Furious Toyota Supra MK4. The car is cruising through the streets on the front of the box, while the back shows another angle, some details and a screenshot from the movie. Let's open it up. The set has 292 pieces and costs 28 euros or 30 US dollars. There's a $2 price increase in the US for the summer wave, just like we saw with the Unicorn. And here's a surprise, plastic bags in 2026. It's been a while since I've built anything packed like this. Anyway, inside we get 5 numbered bags, the car base, the manual and the sticker sheet. The usual double page spread features the movie car, although this time we only see Brian O'Connor in Lego form. The part list is already available on Rebrickable, which makes it much easier to identify the new and recolored elements. Let's start building. Construction begins with the chassis. We immediately get some printed 1x1 tiles on the sides. Cleavers are almost mandatory in a Speed Champion set these days, and we also have the exhaust in place. Here's the first printed wheel arch, surrounded by some additional brick build detailing. We have several support rods at the rear holding these assemblies. We also get our first sticker decoration here, but at least the color match is pretty good this time. Double-edge printed elements appear at the rear, and the 1x1 corner slope is new in orange. Next comes the door section. I'm very happy to see that these are both printed parts, although the transition between the flat and curved surfaces looks a little unusual. These inverted slopes are printed on both sides, so LEGO didn't need separate left and right versions. Unprinted game controller elements form the backs of the seats, which is a clever little detail. The nose bottles are installed, and the rear window clips into place as well. Next up is the dashboard with the steering wheel, followed by the front fenders. Not one, but 2 stickers go on this L-shaped element. That's not great, but the structure of this assembly is pretty crazy. And it gets the new tiny wing pieces with edge printed 1x1s. And it gets even better. Let me highlight this white phone handset element that gets clipped in here. This whole front section is actually more complex than much of the rest of the car. The printed headlights are attached using a single stud with an offset, a very neat solution. The rear wing also uses these new tiny wing elements as supports. The windscreen piece, introduced with the Honda S2000, now appears with an orange frame. Finally, the wheels. These are the Ferrari SF90 rims, now molded in chrome silver, which is a very rare finish for LEGO these days. With those installed, the build is complete. Now let's talk about the minifigure. This is the second Brian O'Connor minifigure LEGO has released. Here's the previous version. LEGO didn't go overboard with the decoration in either case. This time we get a black torso with subtle printing, the same hairpiece, and a new double-sided head. The sunglasses face looks particularly good. You can even recreate the famous scene from the movie, although Dom would need a pair of sunglasses as well. The finished car looks very good to me. I just realized that I actually beard the rear lights incorrectly. I completely missed the fact that those curved plates also have edge printing. The sticker color matching is surprisingly good this time, so most of them blend in nicely. The only one I really wish had been printed is the central stripe on the hood. I've seen some people complaining about the printed headlights and taillights. It's funny how things change. A few years ago, everyone complained about stickered lights. Now LEGO gives us printed ones, and somehow that's a problem too. Not sure how these could have been brick built to look better. I actually really like the brick build details at the front. The new small wing element fits perfectly here. The side graphics also look great. The transition between the flat and curved surfaces is only distracting from certain angles, and while I'm not totally happy with it, honestly I don't see how it could have been handled better. The chrome silver wheels are another highlight. I genuinely can't remember the last time we got a part in this finish, so that was a pleasant surprise. In the preview I mentioned the cleavers and how odd they look from the side. Once again, they are much less distracting in person. I understand what bodywork detail they are supposed to represent, they are just slightly oversized. Overall, this is a solid build, and I honestly can't describe how much better it looks than the Technic version, despite being built at a much smaller scale. I've said it before and I will say it again, Technic simply isn't the best medium for every car. Some models look good, but many benefit much more from the Speed Champions approach. Interestingly, from a building complexity standpoint, this set doesn't have as many clever surprises as something like the Unicorn. Apart from the front section, the construction is fairly straightforward. We are slowly building up quite a collection of Fast and Furious cars in Speed Champions form. Dom's Charger is notably absent, just because that one already found its way into a completely different universe. It's also interesting to compare the smooth shaping of the Honda S2000 and the Supra with the much studied appearance of the Skyline. Whether that's an evolution or simply a change in design philosophy is up for debate, but the aesthetics have definitely shifted over the years. So folks, let me know what you think about the latest Fast and Furious Speed Champions car. Are you happy with the overall look, the minifigure, the wheels, the decoration? Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications as more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.